Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC. Bank holiday weekend. Hope everyone's had a great time. Seems like there's a bank holiday every weekend this year for some reason. There's always some sort of holiday coming up. But yeah, I think the Wolves game on a Friday night threw everybody out a little bit. I've been thinking today was Sunday for a long time, but it's not. It's Monday, and yeah, my week's already messed up. But Friday night, under the lights, Manchester City 1, Wolves 0. Another great result on the back of the Everton away win and the Villa at home win. We are showing some good form towards the end of the season. Wolves, I think they'd not lost in 6 games. They were coming to the Etihad confident. You know what I mean? They seem to be playing good football under their new manager. And City, yeah, I was quietly confident. You know what I mean? We've been going about our business quite efficiently, getting things done. And yeah, it was all systems go Friday night. The protest that was organised by 1894 and the food bank, etc., was to stay on the concourse for 6 minutes. 6 minutes represents the 6 years we've had no new season tickets. The night before the Wolves game, there was an announcement that Manchester City and the City Matters group had come to some sort of agreement about some new season tickets becoming available, the Flexi Gold ones. This is a small step in the right direction. A lot of people thought, oh, this is great. They're giving us 500 season tickets to protest off. Well, the people involved in the protest, the 1894 City Matters, etc., feel like it's not enough. You know what I mean? It's not enough season tickets. It's just a little handful of crumbs thrown out, you know, hoping that the protest will go away. So it was decided by all involved that the protest was still going to continue. Yes, the club is in dialogue with City Matters. Yes, we are grateful of that. But it still needed to be done to say that, you know, 500 Flexi Gold season tickets is not enough. You know, if anyone's read the statement, there's a little bit more to it, a season ticket pathway, etc., and things like this. It can get complicated, but it's not where we want to be. So the protest was still going ahead. Got there to the ground, early doors, nice atmosphere, building, no problem at all. Got on the concourse, a lot of people coming up to me saying, we're doing the 6 minutes, we're doing the 6 minutes. It's not enough. The season tickets aren't enough. They're not enough, Steve. So the general feeling around the ground was that nothing's really changed. Anyway, the game kicks off, and let me tell you this, thousands upon thousands was on that concourse. The stadium was empty, notably empty. You could see it visibly everywhere. The atmosphere underneath the concourse was amazing. Everyone was singing away, got themselves another pint. We're all congratulating each other. This is what we've got to do. This is about the club. This is about the future. This is about families, our kids, our grandkids, etc., being able to get on board with the season tickets. So it was great to see again. You know what I mean? It made me proud. I've said it once. I've said it again. You know, this football club, when the chips are down, we all sort of come together. And it was like a coming together in that South Stand. It's like everybody sort of knows the game now. There's nobody going against the grain. There's nobody swimming against the tide. They're saying, you know what, we're going to back it. We're all together. We're all City fans. We love the club. Let's get behind it. You know what I mean? And yet again, everybody that was there, everybody that did the protest, you deserve every praise. It's not easy to miss out on a little bit of football. I know it's only 6 minutes, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, there was people there on the concourse with the kids. And I, for one, was saying, look, you know, go and set the kids in the ground. Don't miss 6 minutes. Don't miss any goals. The kids are different. You know what I mean? Go and show them the game. And they were like, no, the kids want to do it. The kids want to do it. And I was like, brilliant, fantastic. So the game got off to a great start. You know what I mean? And seeing everybody coming through the entrances and coming down the stairs on 6 minutes and singing and that, absolutely fantastic. And I think the club know. I think the club know that you know, there's a big part of this football club that doesn't just roll over and lie down and let it stroke its belly when you show it nice silver shiny things. And I feel like the 1894 and everyone that's protested has done it in the right way. There's been no mass demonstrations, no violence, no flares, no smoke bombs, no targeting companies that the club own. None of that nonsense that goes on elsewhere. It's just been very, very peaceful, It's been very, very well organised, and a lot of people have bought into it. So keep your eyes on the socials. Keep your eyes on my social media, 1894, the Food Bank, MCFC Lads, City Extra, all the channels you follow. We are the South Stand and all that. Keep your eye on them channels, and any more protests or things that are going to come up, you will see and hear it there first. But I just want to say a big thank you. You're doing yourself proud. You're doing, your family's proud, and we're all doing, this for our football club. So that's what we need to do. Anyway, the game kicked off. Wolves playing well, very, very dangerous. Could have took the lead a couple of times. We rolled our luck. City, again, we were huffing and puffing. We were creating chances, and it was not a bad little game. You know what I mean? It was a lot of in midfield play was sort of non-existent, but you always got the idea that Wolves could maybe catch us on the counter attack. They've got some great players. You know what I mean? Cunha, who's been linked with United, is always a threat. And I thought, City with Jeremy Doku, he had this fullback on toast. I thought Kevin De Bruyne was growing into the game more and more. Mamouche the same. And then we finally got the goal, you know what I mean, just before half time. Jeremy Doku down the left-hand side. He roasts the fullback, pulls in a great ball into the centre. Who pops up? Kevin De Bruyne makes it 1-0. And it's getting harder and harder as the weeks go on not to want Man City to sort something out with Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne has made these feelings known that he thinks he can play at the highest level and he thinks he can play for Man City. Don't get me wrong. I know the wages are massive. I know he can't do it week in, week out. But I'm just wondering whether they could come to some sort of agreement where maybe he takes a wage cut and maybe he sort of hangs around and sits about, and does what Pep needs him to do. I, for one, don't think he will do that. But the noises coming from him is like he don't want to stay. But if he don't want to stay, surely to God he knows that we can't pay him them wages. We've got to freshen the team up elsewhere. We've got to get players in. So although I think we want him to stay, although I think a lot of Blues wouldn't mind him having a couple of years contract, I'm just going to break it to you now. I don't think it's going to happen. I feel like the club have made their mind up. Pep's made his mind up. They've got other transfer targets in the pipeline. And I feel like Kev's days are numbered. We've just got to make sure we back him till the end. Bournemouth at home is going to be a big Kevin De Bruyne day, very emotional. And then all the travelling fans going to Fulham last day. I've said it on here before. Let's make it a Kevin De Bruyne day. Let's make it a Kevin De Bruyne day. Get your Belgian flags out. Get the De Bruyne shirts out. Get the flags out. And let's make it all about Kevin for his last day. You know what I mean? That's what we need to do, I think. So anyway, we're winning 1-0. You know what I mean? We're going to half time. We come out the second half. Wolves again threatened. I think they hit the post a couple of times. And the game sort of petered out. You know what I mean? I thought it was an efficient performance. I thought like Bernardo Silva, for me, was man of the match. I thought he ran his bollocks off in midfield. Even when we got caught going forward, he dropped in. Nico O'Reilly was replaced by Akanji at half time. I feel like Wolves were getting at him a little bit down that side. No shame in that. And yeah, we just had to see the game out. And at the end of the day, we got the 3 points. But one thing I'm going to say about this match, the atmosphere in the South Stand for this game was unbelievable. Whether it was a Friday night and everyone had got on the lash, or whether it was the protest and you'd had that extra pint, I don't know. But the atmosphere non-stop in the South Stand did not stop. I seen that tweet from the Wolves fans saying best home fans they've seen on an away day. The Man City fans didn't shut up. You know, all these knobheads that waffle on about the Etihad atmosphere and myth and all that. We know, listen, it's all Twitter nonsense from outside throwing stones in. We know that we pump it up in that South Stand. And I tell you what, it was bouncing. Everyone was at it. There was young kids on the dad's shoulders. There was people banging the fucking chairs. Everyone was going mad like that in the concourse, all around the sides. It was just non-stop, you know what I mean? The atmosphere was amazing. But something that let the atmosphere down a lot was the stewarding in the South Stand. Now, I can't pretend and say I've had many issues with stewards in the South Stand over the years I've been there. I've not. They tend to be decent enough people. Sometimes they'll stand on your seat. You just tell them to fuck off. They'll move. Obviously, when we've won leagues and stuff, they've been trying to stop people getting on the pitch, which is their job. I get it. I very rarely see anything in block 117. I know the other block at 115. It's like some military regime. There's 8, 9, 10 stewards packed around the entrance. They're checking everyone's tickets. They're throwing people about a little bit. It gets a bit crazy. But the other night in 117, there was a steward who I can only describe as a Jobsworth. He was marching up and down the aisle. He had his little notepad out, and he was taking down seat numbers of fans that A, were standing on the seats, and B, were banging the seats. You know, when it champions again, ole, ole, just banging on the seats. Now, A, I know you're not supposed to stand on your seat, and B, I know that, you know, you're not supposed to bang your seat. They're not going to bang, the seats ain't getting broke. But the atmosphere was bouncing. Everyone was happy. This guy's going over, don't do that, don't do that. So then people are arguing, hold on a minute, mate. Everyone's just having a good time. Chill out. Don't do that, don't do that. I'm taking your seat number. I'm taking your seat number. He was told about 5 or 6 times by people to calm down, mate. You know what I mean? Relax. We're fucking winning. We're bouncing. There's nothing going on. There's no need to do it. Anyway, he storms off the steps, goes and gets his supervisor. His supervisor comes down the steps. He explains to the supervisor what's going on. The supervisor says, relax. It's not a problem. Everyone's enjoying themselves. Just leave them to it. Nothing dangerous is happening. Carry on. He ignores his supervisor, goes again down with his notepad, taking people's numbers. Now he's taking these numbers to file a report so the club ban the person in the seat. Now, we've seen people banned in this South Stand this season for calling people wankers, like wanker signs to away fans, or putting 2 fingers up at away fans, which happens in the whole stadium. The banter between away and home, they're doing it to us. People are doing it back. That's football. That's British football culture. It's been like that for 100 years. Now, these stewards are grasses. You're a fucking grass. You know what I mean? Because if I'm a steward, even if I worked at Old Trafford and I was a steward, and I did particularly like Man United fans, I won't go around grassing people. I'd just be, as long as my night shift went off without any incident and everyone was safe in the stadium in my block, let them have a bit of banter. No one's getting hurt, and go home. No. This guy was crazy. Anyway, somebody gripped his notepad and slung it. This is what I was told. And the person that did it was then piled on, took to the back of the stand, made to give his season ticket details, and basically was told he was being done for assault. Now, I'm not being funny, but when your own stewards are trying to stick you in with a club, this stinks of people inside the club telling these stewards to start making these arrests or reporting people. Now, if you're at a football match and you've got to try and keep your emotions in check, and you can't swear or F and Jeff or react with the crowd or do anything because you're scared a steward is there with his notepad grassing on you, then it's fucking sad, people. Because anyone in that South Stand will vouch for me. And if you was in the South Stand and you're seeing this steward doing what he was doing, leave the comments below and let me know what he was like. Because I told him to calm down. I said, relax, man. Chill out. Everyone's cool. He just ignored me. He walked off. But I feel it's getting worse. You know, I got loads of reports about it, saying, you know, in the block next to the away fans, they were taking names of people who were bantering the away fans. So what are you supposed to do? You've got an away section giving you bare shit next to you. And you got to sit there and focus on the game, and you can't have a bit of to and fro. That's football, people. It's British football culture. It has been for a while. Now, 99% of the stewards at the stadium are always bob on. I think everybody agrees that, you know what I mean? And we're not getting on the backs of all the stewards. But there's a little, should we say, little jumped up fucking section of stewards who feel like they're a little bit more important than they are. And if they're taking out people out of this South Stand who've been there for 20 years, all the singers and stuff, you're soon going to lose your atmosphere, because these people are the bread and butter of the South Stand. Like the guy who fucking slung his notepad. You know, he's getting harassed at his seat, getting told his ticket's coming off him and all that. He's lost his rag. But I just feel like, come on, our own stewards and the fans should be friends. We got to make their life easier. They got to make our life easier. Everyone gets on with it. Common sense prevails. We watch the game, we win, and we go home. Surely that's the way forward. But now, they're causing a bit of animosity in that. So you know, I heard about another story. A guy messaged me and said that he's got a heart condition and he has to leave the stadium about 80 minutes because he has to get back to his car before the congestion and that he gets a bit mad. And he said he got up on 80 minutes and he got an absolute volley of abuse from a young City fan giving him grief for leaving early in that. Now, I know you can't see people's disabilities or problems, but come on, man. It is what it is. You don't be abusing our own fans for leaving early. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. If there's loads of them piling up and doing it, I've seen people have a go. But this guy now is feeling a little bit threatened and that by going back to the ground. So these are the mad stories that are coming to me. But it's all sad and a bit poor. And at the minute, the club, it isn't getting things right in certain places. But these stewards, I feel like what I saw last game was like basically don't sing, don't have fun. We don't want you to do that. Sit there, watch the game. Don't do that. Stop standing up. Don't do this. And I think, come on, man. You know what I mean? We got bigger problems coming. With this football team. But yeah, it made me a little bit sad. But let me know if you was in the South Stand and let me know about these stewards, because the only way I think we're gonna win is people gonna have to start taking these stewards' numbers down or filming them doing it and sticking them into the club. It's got to work both ways. You know what I mean? If these are sticking people into the club for doing nothing, then stick them back in and just say, look, this is the guy that's harassing me. It's harassment at the end of the day, But I don't know. We're going to see next game if it changes. But I've never seen this steward there before. So whether he was just a jobs worth from somewhere else, he just got put in that block and just couldn't handle it because everyone was going crazy. I don't know. But there was not one person causing any offence there. But apart from that, the ground was bouncing. It was absolutely bouncing. It was probably the best atmosphere I've seen this season at a game. You know what I mean? I don't know why it was. Like you say, was it Friday night? Was it 8 o'clock? Was it the 8 o'clock kickoff? Was there everyone a few extra beers? I don't know. But the atmosphere was bouncing. It was absolutely bouncing. And we held on. We got the points. We held on. You know what I mean? We got another 3 points. It's another big step. The results this weekend, Arsenal have lost. Newcastle drew. Chelsea won. But it's not looking that bad. Champions League qualification is on the cards. There is talk now we can catch Arsenal in second. Now we have won more games than Arsenal, considering we didn't win 1 in 13 games. That's pretty mad, to be honest. You know what I mean? Where we are, and that's why we should be kicking ourselves, because we let ourselves down. Do you know what I mean? We'd been well in that title race. Have you seen the running for the last 10 games we had? Really, really easy. And on paper, if we had a full squad going for a title, I do believe that we'd have got there. You know what I mean? We'd have got there. But it's frustrating. We know that it is frustrating. But can we catch Arsenal and get second? Why not? Let's go for it. If we can finish second and win the FA Cup, that's a great season for us. You know what I mean? After the back of 4 league titles in a row, I'm taking it. I'm absolutely taking it. But hey ho. A little bit of transfer news. We are linked with Morgan Gibbs-White. It's a player that causes a lot of discussion. I've seen a lot of channels having meltdowns about Morgan Gibbs-White. I've seen people saying he's going to be a great addition to the squad, a great player. I'm just backing the manager. I'm backing the manager. I'm backing Pep. If he decides that Morgan Gibbs-White is what is needed to fit what he needs to do, let him do it. You know what I mean? He's not a bad player. He's got plenty of legs, plenty of energy in there. You know what I mean? He's a good passer of the ball. He can strike a ball. Maybe in a better team, it might excel him to another level. I don't know. I know he's big mates with Phil Foden. He fills the English quota again. So there's a lot of positives. But, I do believe there's a player at Manchester City that's better than Gibbs-White that don't get a game in Jack Grealish. So I think a lot of people are frustrated with that. I feel like Jack's better than him. I feel if we play Jack in where he's going to play Morgan, you get the best out of Jack. But, whether Jack's applying himself to the best of his ability, we don't know. We never hear much about him. You know what I mean? We all know there's something wrong because he's quality. So that's a bit of a strange one. But I feel like Pep, Hugo Viana, etc., are all going to have a big freshen up. There's talk of Diego Costa, the goalkeeper from Porto, coming in. So that would signal the end of Ederson for me, which is sad because I feel like Ederson's been sensational. Great goalkeeper. You know what I mean? We have the odd bozo moment, but tell me a goalkeeper that doesn't. You know what I mean? But for me, is Costa the answer? I feel like Costa's got a mistake in him as well. But with Viana being Portuguese, he knows that market. Is he looking at that thinking, get him in? I don't know. So There's plenty of rumours to see on that. Florian Wirtz is another one that I think we all want. You know, if we can get Florian Wirtz in Manchester City, I feel like that would soften the Kevin De Bruyne blow. But there's rumours now that he's wanted at Real Madrid. There's rumours now he's wanted at Bayern Munich. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But if Manchester City come calling, I'd like to think, you know, we're an attractive proposition and we can get the job done. So we'll see with that one. What else was there on the agenda today? Oh, yes. Yeah, I did a TikTok the other night just explaining to our dear neighbours, you know, the ones that were all over my videos when City were losing. Look at the comments all over the fucking videos. You're finished. Man City are nothing. Go back to League One. Will Man City ever win again? You're fucking pathetic. We're shit, but you're worse. Blah, blah, blah. You know, all the usual nonsense. And then they've just been slapped again off Brentford. But if you mention it, you get accused of being obsessed. Now, I know that's a quick and easy get out for United fans. You're obsessed by Man United. We're really not. It's just that you shit and you wank and that, you know, you are our rivals. And you did kick us in the bollocks many times when we were down in the day. You forget you're talking to a City fan of over 40 years. So when we played in the UEFA Cup, the Europa League, it was the Mickey Mouse Cup. It was the Channel 5 Cup. You're playing on Thursday nights. We're playing on Wednesday nights. You look down your nose at Manchester City Football Club for playing in the Europa League. Yeah? Them nights against Hamburg and CSKA Moscow and fucking whoever else we played, Shakhtar Donetsk, Dynamo Kiev. You look down on us. Look at Man City, little City playing on a Thursday night. Fucking hell, we're big bad Man United in the Champions League. Now it's flipped, completely flipped on its head. Yeah, you got in the Europa League by winning the FA Cup and finishing 8th. You're now 15th in the Premier League and you're in the Europa League semi-final. Probably going to get to the final. Fucking hell, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic to watch you squirm and fucking try and make excuses and come out with that shit fucking line that you come out with every year. Hated, adored, never ignored. No, it's hated, adored and slapped every week. That's what you should change it to now, lads. You've got to realise that you're fucking shite. And the reason the Man City fans talk about you is because you're shit. And you need talking about. Because you was once a great side, a great institution, playing football the Matt Busby way and all that fucking bollocks you used to come out with. And now you can sit there behind your screen and try and abuse Manchester City, who've just won 4 in a row, the treble, and could possibly now finish 2nd or 3rd and win an FA Cup. But because you've got to the Europa League final, a competition that we was never shit enough to go back into, apparently everyone's asked. No one's asked, lads. No one's asked. You're playing Tottenham in the final. That shows you how the levels. So, you know, don't be coming with the obsessed thing. Just admit it's embarrassing for a club of your stature to be in that competition anyway, and to be trying to flex it when you're 15th in the Premier League, 15th, and you've not even got 40 points yet, and it's May. It's fucking embarrassing, lads. So suck it up. Stop telling everyone everyone's obsessed, because they're not. And just fucking get back to being Man United and let's have a ding-dong at the top of the league. Stop mincing about at the bottom of the league with Ipswich and that. Start singing fucking Ruben Amorim is going to bring the glory days back again. When are they coming back, lads? When are they coming back, them glory days? Because you haven't finished above City for 13 years. But apparently every year it's, this year we're back. United are back. Fucking hell, man. And do you know what it is? It's all you fuckers that go on, oh, they're obsessed. Hated, adored, had never ignored. Manchester United, the biggest club in there. It's all you cunts that say that, yeah? You're the ones causing the problem. Because while you stood there telling everyone how big you are and how good you are, the fucking scruffy Jim and the Glazers are raping and pillaging your football club. It's burning down around you. And because they've thrown an AI video out of a circus tent, you've all fell for it again. Hook, line and sinker. Wait till the circus tent's built. It'll be the greatest football ground in the world. Fuck off, lads. You know what I mean? You're not that stupid. Come on. And I know it's not all the Reds. I know the proper Reds that go home and away and the Salford lads are not fucking fooled by this lot. But them online ones, the fucking ding-dongs online that message me, you're obsessed. You're always talking about Man United. You do it for clicks. I don't do fuck all for clicks, lads. I do one video a week. Fucking hell, one video a week earns me about 30 quid. Do you know what I mean? I can't live off 30 quid, lads. You know what I mean? I didn't pay for this with me fucking 30 quid off calling Man United shit. So you need to relax. Deal with the situation. Get on with Europa League and your circus tent because nobody else gives a fuck. We're just making a point that you've been slapped again and it's funny and we're definitely going to talk about it. I know you don't like that, but we are. So I'm just getting that one across. But other than that, people, it's another decent week. We've got Southampton away at weekend. You know what I mean? We've got to go and get the 3 points there. 100% got to get the 3 points there. No slip-ups. And then we've got the FA Cup final. The FA Cup final. Crystal Palace. Big game. I'll do a preview about that nearer the time. But as far as this week goes, it was a good one. Wolves at home. Big win. Protest was a success. Bank holiday weekend. Everyone's enjoyed it with the families. Had a bit of time off. Hit this week now straight on. Southampton away at weekend. And we keep on moving. Please hit a like. Please subscribe to my channel. Yeah. If you're a Man United fan and you're watching me, because a lot of you watch me, stop being obsessed with me. You know what I mean? Stop it. It's not allowed. Don't mention it. You know what I mean? And let me know about your experiences in the South Stand with them stewards. Did they get on you? Did they didn't get on you? Am I being harsh? Am I not being harsh? Let me know. All I'm going to say is up the Blues. Yeah. Keep the faith. Keep on moving. Well done to everyone in the protest. Come on, City.